Hello, everyone. Welcome back to our weekend market analysis series. Today, we are diving back into the gold market one more time as we gear up for an exciting week ahead. Well, the past week was historic. We all saw gold broke the $2,900 barrier and even pushed up to test the $2,942.50 level before retreating slightly back into the $2,880 level on Friday. And despite that pullback, the market closed with a solid gains of over 0.8% as traders took profits ahead of the weekend. On the fundamental front, we saw a disappointing US retail sales data which led investors to factor in multiple rate cuts by the Federal Reserve, potentially putting some pressure on the US dollar going into the new week. However, there was a silver lining as January's industrial production in the US showed some strength, suggesting the dollar might hold on a little bit longer. This mix of factors has brought the price of gold to a pivotal point as we head into the new week, especially in this era of trade war concerns, Trump tariffs plans, and the likes. In today's video, we are going to be breaking down these dynamics in detail, especially from a technical standpoint, pinpointing key price levels for the new week, and explore the potential trading opportunities that could shape gold's next move. Just a quick reminder, this presentation is basically for educational purposes only and doesn't constitute financial advice. Always consult a professional before making any investment decisions. Now, let's jump right into the chart and uncover what the gold market might have in store for us this week. But first, let's take a quick look at the economic calendar to see what important data and events are coming up next week. Now, based on the asset we are looking at, we are going to be focusing on high impactful event from the United States economic docket. Now, the first event for next week is coming in on Wednesday, that is February 19th, and we are looking at the publication of the FOMC minutes. A record that shows the discussions and decisions made by the Fed Reserve officials during their last meeting, and it goes a long way in providing market participants insight into the Fed's view on the US economy and, of course, future monetary policy decisions. Then fast forward to Friday, February 21st, we are going to be looking at the S&P Global publication for the manufacturing and services sector. Now, this data gives insight into the health and performance of the service and manufacturing sectors of the United States. And this report also factors in data such as business activities, new orders, and employment levels. So, basically, for this week, we are looking at two high impactful events which could influence the behavioral patterns of market participants, which obviously will reflect on the chart as price action. Now, talking about price action, my center of focus for this week is going to be on the 4 hours time frame, where I've been able to identify a simple trading setups that can guide our decisions during the course of the incoming week. And what I did here was quite simple. I took into account the character of price action in the last 3 weeks. And the first thing you will notice here is the fact that the momentum has been to the upside. And after connecting the series of higher lows here, you can see we have a beautiful ascending trend line to work with. And you know how we use our ascending trend lines, of course. As long as price remains above them, we'll continue to look out for patterns and structures that support buying ideas, and we will not consider selling unless the trend line is breached and broken to the downside. Now, there's something interesting I would like to share with us here. Look at the nature of how price reacted to this trend line. Look at the first one here. We saw a test. We saw another one happen here. Fast forward to the beginning of February, we saw another test here. And last week, we saw a sharp rejection of that trend line, only for price action to come back into that trend line to close the week after testing that record high at the 2,942-ish. And for the fact that price action closed around that trend line at the end of last week makes it a crucial juncture for me as we prepare for the new week. Now, to help us navigate the movement of price around this critical juncture, I have my key level situated at the $2,880 level. And in fact, this area you see here had played a significant role in determining the direction of price action since the beginning of this month of February. Now, look at what has been going on around that area. It was initially a selling niche, as you will see here, as buyers were finding it difficult to break through even into the end of the first week of February. And not until last week, Monday, we saw price break out of that structure for the first time to hit that record high, came back to retest the structure multiple times again, went back into that high, and then closed the week back around that area. So, one thing I was able to get from here is that the 2,880 at one point had served as a resistance line only to become a support line throughout the course of last week's trading session. Now, going into the new week, the question here is, will price action respect this 2,880, which beautifully shares a confluence with our ascending trend line to incite another wave of bullish momentum? Or are we going to be seeing price breakdown retest the structure to incite a sell-off? So you would agree with me that we are at a critical juncture. So all we are going to be doing here is to monitor price action around those critical points during the early hours of next week, where depending on the structural details that evolve around this confluence will determine whether we are going to be buying or selling the gold commodity for this week. So trust me, I will be with you in the comment section of this video after monitoring the character of price action around this area during the early hours of next week to give us an insight into where I think price is likely going. So there you have it, my in-depth look at the XAUUSD for the week ahead. If this video helped with your independent trading decisions, a thumbs up will be greatly appreciated. And if you haven't yet, consider subscribing for more insights, weekend market prep, and updates. Thanks for watching. See you all in the comment section on Monday morning as we get prepared for the new week. Do have a wonderful evening, everyone. Bye.